I'm the first generation Latina. I live in Inglewood, California. I have my BA from UC Berkeley and my master's from UC in social work. I currently work as a program analyst in the City of Long Beach Department of Health and Human Services. I'm so excited to be doing this and share my appreciation for Achievable.
The Achievable Foundation is a federally qualified health center that was created to help care for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. With that focus, we also see patients from lots of underserved communities around Culver City and the surrounding area. One of the most important things I learned early on is the prevalence of something called diagnostic overshadowing. That sounds sort of complicated, but really it just means that often when patients with developmental disabilities are seen, lots of things that they're talking about as issues for them get attributed to the developmental disability. And that's often not true. A common example is a patient who's coming in with a change in their behavior. Maybe they're more irritable or angry than they used to be. And if they present to somebody who is not really experienced in caring for people with disabilities or who doesn't know them well, often what will happen is they'll say, oh, well, that's just the autism, or that's just they have a developmental disability. Of course, this is what's happening. When in fact, often there's something underlying that has changed. So it could be an earache or toothache or diabetes or heart or chest pain. It can be any number of really important or simple things that could be causing that behavior change. And because we've learned that this is an issue, we're careful to look for those issues when symptoms like behavior change come up.
I just believe that Achievable represents diversity, equity, and inclusion for somebody that needs help, but doesn't quite fit into your traditional disability ways. Nice to see that Achievable sees and creates a space keeping in mind the diversity of your clients and the diversity of their experiences. So I just feel like I belong.
When I first met with Carmen Ibarra, the CEO of the Achievable Foundation, about this position, and she explained to me the mission of caring for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities, I felt like, oh, this is such a brilliant idea. This is simple and really important. I could immediately think back to my prior practice and realize there were patients who were not getting the best care because we didn't have the equipment or the facilities. We couldn't examine them. They couldn't access an exam table. Their behaviors made it really difficult to get in and out of the office in a 15-minute visit. I could see how having this focus could make a huge difference in the lives of patients with disabilities. A cool thing that I've noticed in the time that I've been here at Achievable is that the society around us is sort of starting to pick up some of these issues. I'll say when I was in medical school, I had no training that I can remember about caring for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities, and that is really changing. I know both UCLA and the Kaiser Permanente School of Medicine have developed curricula around caring for people with developmental disabilities. I've been invited to speak with them. Some of our patients have been invited to speak with them. I'm really excited for the future for healthcare for people with disabilities, and I'm really happy that we are in this space and able to be a resource for those programs. None of this work is possible without the entire team. Our front desk, our medical assistants, our call center, our referrals coordinators, our care coordinators, and our mental health team, as well as the administrative staff, all play a really important role in caring for people with disabilities and the rest of our patients. I will say I've seen some amazing things happen here. I've seen staff singing to patients. I've seen people get down on the floor to do something, to speak with someone. I've seen people walking in the hallway when someone isn't able to come into the office to help get them more comfortable with being here. I really want to highlight the way that our staff in general will go above and beyond to make things happen for patients. As I think about the 10-year anniversary of Achievable, I, first of all, am always humbled by the origin of the Achievable Foundation, that this group of parents and dreamers decided that this was a risk they wanted to take and a huge heavy lift that they wanted to take to do something that, as far as we knew, no one had ever done before, to create a federally qualified health center for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Really, at the 10-year anniversary, I think it's amazing that we're here and thriving. Always I'm in awe of that big dream.
I would recommend Achievable to any person with a disability. These are professionals that know disability, know the struggle, and they create a safe space where we have genuine, nice people here.
Caring for patients at Achievable has really reinforced for me the need to see each person as an individual, to hear what their needs and strengths are, and to respond to those so that each person can have the best outcomes possible.
Thank you, Dr. C and Achievable, for everything that you do and what you represent. And I look forward to coming here for many more years.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight.